Hey guys, Mr. D'Lytical or Dominic here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the top 5 perks returning in Cold War Zombies. And yes, Treyarch did recently go ahead and show us their newest perk coming to Cold War, which is Tombstone. And I couldn't be more excited. I love the Tombstone jingle. The perk was always kind of meh. It was kind of in the middle. It wasn't great, wasn't bad. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do. And we don't really know a whole lot, but I have some really big theories, and that is a new video that is coming out on my channel, which is theory type videos where I'll be theorizing future stuff like how characters could return, future maps, how the storyline for Cold War could end, and a lot of crazy stuff. And they are all theories, obviously, hence the name theories. Now, for the Tombstone theory video, I basically just went over where I think it's going to be, when it's going to come out, how much it'll cost, what it could do. So definitely go check out that video. It'll be up in the cards and in the description below and at the end of the video. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. So starting off with the number 5 spot, we have Electric Cherry. Now for me, Electric Cherry has a soft spot in my heart because of Mob of the Dead. I loved running Electric Cherry with Speed Cola, Stamina Up and Jug, or Double Tap and Jug, and just running around with the Vitrolic Withering. It was the best combo. You could train in the cafeteria because you could just run around and in a circle, and then when a lot of zombies were there, you would just shoot the Vitrolic Withering, and you kind of were good. And you could get to round 30 and 50 in the cafeteria. You could do the bridge, but you can't get max ammos and stuff, so it's kind of a little sketchy if you want to go ahead and train on there. But yeah, it was just one of those perks that I think was really good. And I think obviously it's kind of got a bit of a bittersweet thing to it. Like, it doesn't do anything except for stun a zombie, and that's why I don't understand how it could work in Cold War. It's really hard to wrap my head around how upgrading that perk would go. Like, could you stun more people? Could the duration last longer? Could it maybe kill the zombies this time, if they're super low or something? I don't know. I have some really unique ideas for this perk, but it's just up to what Treyarch has in mind. And to be honest, I don't know how Electric Cherry would really run in Cold War. That's why it's in the number 5 spot. Now, for the number 4 spot, we have one of my favorite perks from Black Ops 4, and that's Dying Wish. Now, for Dying Wish, it's really quite simple. When you get to basically 0 health or 1 HP, you go into this, or when you get like super hurt and whatnot, you go invisible. And what happens is once you you become invincible, and then after that duration of you being invincible, you're at 1 HP. So it's a crutch perk in the sense of you're about to go down, and you can have infinite health and not take any hits or anything. Maybe, hopefully, clear out the zombies around you, and then you'd start at 1 HP, and you just have to be careful to dodge the boss zombies and whatnot. And I think this perk would be really unique, but it's in the number 4 spot mainly because you do have the ability to, for me on PC, it's X, but it's your specialist. When you hit your specialist, one of the specialists is you basically go camouflaged. You go invisible to the zombies. And if you have it upgraded, you can, zip forward and whatnot. And it's basically Dying Wish. So I don't really know how they could change it besides maybe Dying Wish, like one of the tier things for when you upgrade it would be like, oh, you regen a bit quicker, or oh, it lasts longer, or something like that. But I think Dying Wish, for me as somebody who goes for high rounds, round 100 and whatnot, wait for that guide to come out. It's going to be really nice and easy and simplified for people getting to round 100. But it's just one of those weird perks where it's so hard to, again, wrap your head around. Like with Electric Cherry, it's kind of hard to, just stun zombies, whatever. But with this one, it's there's so much stuff that's like it that it's hard to try and figure out what they could do. But I think Dying Wish, from especially Black Ops 4, the game that it came out with, it really shows how well that perk could perform. And I think Cold War could really help with Dying Wish in certain instances, like round 100. But that's why Dying Wish is in the number 4 spot. Now, moving on to the number 3 spot, I have PhD Slider, or my personal favorite pick, Banana Colada. If we can finally get Banana Colada, I would be so happy. Except for the sliding isn't anywhere near as good as Black Ops 4, or Black Ops 3. With Black Ops 3, you were able to just jump slide continuously, and it was great. With Black Ops Cold War, you kind of just slide, and it's like a small slide and whatnot, so it's kind of not the greatest, but I think if like we introduced a perk like Banana Colada, it has a lot of things going for it. A, it could say that, oh, your slide lasts longer. B, it would leave this, yellow trail, or maybe it's orange or red or green, whatever color Treyarch would do. It would leave this trail and the zombies would slip and fall and die or whatever. And for me, that would be a really cool thing, that if you're training and you have the zombies behind you, you could just slide forward, and when they hit that, they like fall and whatnot. And I think it would be a really cool perk. And the only reason why I have PhD Slider is because PhD Slider is probably the thing that would come back. Obviously, I don't think they would do a Banana Colada when they have PhD Slider. But the only thing that I don't like about PhD Slider is when you slide and it causes all those explosions, it kind of like obscures your vision. Like you can't see because there was an explosion that just went off. And that's why I don't really like PhD Slider compared to Banana Colada, because it's just behind you. And I think Banana Colada could really add to Cold War, because when I'm going for high rounds and I'm running around, I'm sliding to dodge like the dogs, that just the plague hounds that just jump on you. And I think Banana Colada would just be a really nice thing, because maybe the dogs don't die, but they like slip and then they're like stunned for a second, and it'd be, a way easier way to kill them. And I think Banana Colada is the thing that a lot of people wanted from Black Ops 3. And when we got it in with Trailblazers and Infinite Warfare, it was kind of like, yeah, we finally got it, but it wasn't anywhere near as good. And it wasn't hyped up because, to be honest, I'm sorry to say it, Infinite Warfare, but you weren't Treyarch. So you were never really going to do that hot with that perk. It was kind of just Banana Colada, Treyarch Zombies with its custom maps. It was the best. So moving on to the number 2 spot, we have a fan favorite. We have Widow's Wine. Now, for Widow's Wine, yes, there's Semtexes in the game already with Cold War, and the Semtexes were the thing that they used with Treyarch, and then what they did in Black Ops 3. And I guess the easy way behind that is maybe they don't do the whole Semtex. Maybe you can't throw the Widow's Wine grenades, but it's kind of like one of those things that just like regenerates over time, where it's just like, oh, you have 3 charges, 2 charges, 1, and then you like, it takes time to recharge them. Every kill like ticks away at it, kind of like what your specialist meter would do. And to be honest, I think Widow's Wine is the thing that would really help, because I can imagine when I'm training, I can see it now when I'm going on, especially round 60s, because when you hit round 50, it changes and it's like, yeah, 50 is not that hard. When you hit 60 though, it switches. There's a switch that happens, and it goes from kind of like, manageable, medium to hard. And then when you get in the 70s and 80s, for me, it's like insanity. I'm constantly getting hit by plague hounds. I'm constantly getting hit by zombies that are on my sides, behind me. And I just think that Widow's Wine would be really unique, that when the dog jumped on you, he would get hit by the Widow's Wine and be stuck there, and then you could kill him. And I think Widow's Wine would be really unique, because out of Black Ops 3, and we didn't get any new perks besides Widow's Wine, I think Widow's Wine was the one that everyone really loved. Like, Widow's Wine was kind of the jug. You would get hit, and because if you had Widow's Wine charges, you would never actually get hit until, well, they were gone, until you were all gone with those Widow Wine grenades. And I think Widow's Wine is just the thing that a lot of people need in Cold War, me included. I don't like going for a high round and like that, being hit in the back constantly. And the thing that Treyarch did in Black Ops 3 with Widow's Wine, it worked. It like made the game easier to train, because I could get hit a couple times before it would start taking health away from Jug or my shield if I got hit head on and whatnot. And I just think that that's one of the perks that should definitely be introduced back into this game. Now, getting into some honorable mentions, I really only have a couple. Mule Kick is not a perk that I think could come back. I want to get that out of the way. A lot of people might be like, well, what about Mule Kick? Mule Kick is just such a bad perk, in my opinion. It just gives you an extra gun. There's nothing you can really add to that. And it's just not going to be on the list at all. Not even an honorable mention. It's just a bad perk to bring back. As for perks to bring back, I really think that Blaze Phase from Black Ops 4 would be cool. That's the perk that when you went crouched, it would load this charge. And then when you would like let go of the, when you would uncrouch or whatever, you would zip you forward and you would knock the zombies in front of you like out of your way. And it would kind of like, if I remember, it would kind of burn them I'm pretty sure it would burn the ones that you hit or whatever, but you would be able to, like a bowling ball, knock over a crowd. And to me, that's kind of like one of those crutch perks that would be really good to have when you're in the higher rounds. Like when you're training, you could just, like, you know, crouch, and then you could turn around and then just mow into the crowd, and then when they fell on the ground, you could kill them or whatever. And I just think it'd be really cool. Or if you get trapped in a corner, you go crouched, and before you die or whatever, you can zip forward, basically. It'd be really cool. Now, I guess the reason why it did make the list is because it wasn't used a lot in Black Ops 4. And also with the camouflaged specialist ability in Cold War, it dashes you forward a couple of meters. I think it's like 2 feet, 3 feet, 5 feet. I don't know. It zips you forward a little bit. So if you get trapped in a corner, you most likely are zipping past the zombies. And I just don't see a need for this blaze phase because of that. The other honorable mention is Stronghold, which to me was one of those perks that was like, yeah, it was cool because it would make it so that your gun dealt more damage. The only kick to that was you had to be stationary, and then you would have this blue ring and you could like go around in it. And in Cold War Zombies, let's be honest, you can't do that. You have to run around because of the plague hounds and the boss zombies. There is no like standing. You can't stand around. Maybe in the early rounds, 10, 20, you could, you know, stand, but it's just one of those perks that's like, yeah, I don't think they could do it. And the only reason why it's inhonorable is because if you upgraded it, maybe one of the upgrades would be, oh, it's quicker for the circle to spawn, or maybe it doubles the damage towards bosses or something. And it'd be a really cool thing, but it's not like that high on the list. Now, getting into the number one, we have a double whammy. We have Bloodwolf's Bite and Voltrade. Now, for Voltrade, I'd actually rather see Bloodwolf's Bite, but I'd be totally fine with Voltrade. And the only thing, I think Voltrade has more of that upgrade ability to it. You could do tier 1 being it drops more ammo and equipment, which would be like, let's say it drops more shields and ammo, right? And then the second tier could be the green smoke lasts longer, and then the third one could be like get wonder weapon ammo or something crazy. And I think Voltrade is like the one perk that if I got to choose to come back, it'd be that or Bloodwolves. And the only thing that I don't understand with like how they could do Bloodwolves is if you had Bloodwolf's Bite in the 4th perk slot in Black Ops 4, it would allow you to, once you buy it, when the dog Luna would spawn in, or the wolf Luna, it would be on your side and it would kill zombies. And that's why I think it's better than Voltrade. It would actually help you kill the zombies instead of you standing in a green smoke, and it's like a get out of jail free card. But Bloodwolf's Bite would actually help you kill zombies and whatnot. And if it was in the 4th perk slot, it would drop ammo and whatnot. And it would actually drop you like your specialists. Like it would charge up your specialists a little bit more because it would drop like little specialist ability things. And it was just one of those perks that I definitely want back in Cold War. I think going for a round 100, I've said it a lot in this video, but I am a round 100 guy. I love going for round 100 or the Easter egg. And I just think that if you have Bloodwolf's Bite, it'd be really easy to, okay, my wolf can take the zombies while I'm walking around. I can have my ray gun out and be blasting the boss zombie and take the boss down pretty simple and easy. But that's going to do it for this video. I know it was a long one, but thank you for sticking through to the end. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave your theory down below if you have one. Leave a like and subscribe as well. Click the bell for the notifications of my latest videos, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See ya.